But I don't think it's just as simple as to say rappers are inherently, by nature, violent people.
Sure.
You know, we have to consider, I think, and this is me putting ideas out here, man, because I don't know. So I'm not going to act like I know. But I think that there are factors that are right there that you can see that contribute to this. So I'm sure that many people have already heard that rapper Takeoff was shot and killed. And this was during an after party, a private after party in Houston at a bowling alley. And it's been making the news in a lot of places. It's kind of a big deal.
Atlanta-based rapper Takeoff, real name Kershnik Kari Ball, has died, according to police, after he was shot at a bowling alley in Houston. 2 others were also shot and taken to a nearby hospital.
So, as they said, Takeoff is part of the rap trio MIGOS with Quavo and Offset. Actually, I think Offset is his. Quavo, I think, is his uncle. Mm-hmm. But you know, I think the group recently split too. I think they were kind of, you know, starting to have some tension within the group. But Takeoff was having a nice solo career on his own.
I get some members with me in the fridge, the coat seats, they some cannibals. What I mean?
So, you know, obviously, I hate hearing this because, you know, I hate hearing about young people, no matter what. I just hate hearing about young people just die tragically, no matter who they are, because he was 28 years old. Yeah. He had a worth of $28 million, man, and his whole life ahead of him. As somebody who's 51 years old and realizes the value of living a long, healthy life, or at least a long life, ain't nothing healthy about it. You know? Mark's like, when has your life ever been healthy?
Well, you know, you got a personal trainer now.
Yeah, no, I mean mentally.
Well, we'll work on that when you hit 60.
Yeah, we're still working on it, you know. But hey, I'm still living, you know, we'll work on that. But besides people emailing me and just asking me about my thoughts on this, I want to talk about this because of the comments that I still continue to hear when someone in the hip hop community or a rapper gets shot, man. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's mainly 2 things that I hear, and I can't. These are things that I hate, man. One, I hate when there is a tragic incident or some incident of violence, and the first thing people want to do is they want to blame video games, they want to blame movies, or they want to blame the music.
Right.
When there's always a bigger problem continuing that is lending itself to that incident.
Sure.
You know, and the other thing, you know, people out there talking about, well, what did you expect? I mean, he was a thug. And we know what that coding means with the word thug.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to tell you something, man. Those are 2 things that bother me immensely when I hear that. I really, whenever we have gun violence and some politician goes straight to video games.
Yeah.
We should do something about these games. We should do something about these guns and how people are getting them. You know, but nobody wants to ever do that because
walk right over the most obvious problem.
Yeah. For another thing, man, I really hate it when people blame any sort of form of entertainment or media as a scapegoat. You know, when they use it as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
But I really hate it when they do it with hip hop, man, because what they do is they make a whole blanket statement, or they just go in and just blame the whole genre of hip hop without understanding it. It's their fear, their ignorance, or their need to placate or somehow impress voters or something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. First, let me just say that. Let me just say, for anybody who wants to come in here and look at Migos or Takeoff or anybody and use them, first, using their death is disrespectful, first and foremost, but then try to use them to justify your ignorance or use this somewhat as a tool to gain votes or whatever. You know, I hate that kind of thing, man. And listen, I'm going to talk about some things, and I have no answers to all this. I'm going to bring up some ideas maybe. I would like to hear what other people have to say, because I have no answers for anything here. I know what I don't like, and I know I know certain things that I can speak on with confidence. To sit up here and blame all of hip hop, man, means you don't understand hip hop, you know. And I'm not saying that I'm up on hip hop or everything hip hop today either, but you know, to blame all of rap music, you know what I mean, as it's just an ignorant excuse. You know, it's a scapegoat to explain away a problem. Like I said, you know, there are so many hip hop artists out there who are not violent, who are not gangsters, you know, who are definitely not thugs. And I know that some rappers even call themselves thugs, you know, but there's something that is just like with any other kind of music. That is a section.
Yeah.
You know, that is a subgenre. You know, it's not defining all of hip hop. I mean, like I said, man, you know, you have the mainstream people out there, mainstream people, and you know who they are. It's the same ones people name. But you got mainstream people out there who are not doing that. You know, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, J. Cole. You know, those are the people. You have a lot of others out there who are just doing different things with hip hop now. You know, that are taking it into more artistic directions, you know, making it playful, making it more punk. You know, Odd Future is one of those people that does that, man. And there's a lot of others on the come up. You know, there's a lot of rappers out there that you're going to probably see later who are doing different things with hip hop, making it more playful, making it more artsy, making it more nerdy.
Right.
You know, you got people who are even out there taking hip hop and taking hip hop influences in a different direction and combining it with things like rock music.
I push my head underwater. Why did you vanish?
That's a guy named Gene Dawson, man, who I actually listen to every now and then. See, that's the thing. Kanye's stupid, but Kanye ain't no thug. He's ignorant as
right.
You know, I almost, that's the only thing I can say. He's politically conscious in the most messed up way, but at least he's, you know, he ain't no gangster, nothing like that. He's just dumb.
Yeah.
And mentally ill, probably. But you know, but the main thing I want to talk about is they use that word thug, man. I hate that.
Sure.
It's, you know, the first thing that people want to jump to with this, because they act like they know and really for some people, thug is the code word for the N word.
Yeah. I'd say for most people.
Yeah. Exactly, man. You know, and then there was a point before people got so emboldened that they were dropping thug all the time. Now they can just get away with saying the N-word.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
We got the middleman out the way.
Right. It's like, oh yeah, I used to say ninja, but now I can just say it.
You know what they're saying is with this is they're saying Takeoff. Oh man, you know he was at a dice game just like they do. You know he was starting shit. You know, you hang with other thugs and start shit with thugs. Well, you get treated like a thug. You know what did you think was gonna happen? Like they were there. Yeah. Like they were so sure that he was there starting shit. And that's what they think with all these situations, man. The first thing that you hear about, I'm gonna tell you a little something too. I'm gonna educate you guys a little bit. Every time they hear about a rapper getting shot, you know, they think that they out in the middle of the street just gang banging. They, you know, riding around in cars, having shootouts, you know, like this right here. Yeah. You know, you think they're out there doing that. Just drive-bys, you know, shooting innocent bystanders and things like that, man. You know, first of all, you just jump into conclusions, again, based on your own prejudices, because who are you to say what he was doing there?
Right.
People don't know what he was doing there. Actually, you know, I'm hearing that Takeoff was one of the laid back and quiet ones. You know, a lot of people saying that he was, keep in mind, there were two other people who were shot.
Right.
He was a bystander.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't just start shit with somebody over a dice game and just, you know, pull out guns and they start going at it. They say, you know, that more than likely it didn't go down like that. You know, he's probably hanging around some shady people. But that's the thing with a lot of these rappers, man. You assume that they were out there, and yes, violence in hip hop is a thing, and it should be discussed, and it should be discussed honestly. But a lot of these rappers that you hear, where everybody, they still today jump to the conclusion of, oh, well, you know, they were doing some thuggish, violent shit. That's not always the case, man. That's not always, and we've had a lot of tragedies, and believe it or not, a lot of these tragic hip hop deaths, the thing that they have in common is that they weren't doing anything to anybody.
Right.
Triple X Tentacion, man, he was shot and killed in a robbery after he was leaving a motorcycle dealership. Nipsey Hussle, he was shot and killed outside of his clothing store. And keep in mind that he had also started a STEM program in the community.
Yeah.
For girls, man. He was doing a lot. Pop Smoke, man, it was a home invasion. In the Hollywood Hills where he was killed. Young Dolph, this dude was picking up cookies for his mother when he was killed. There's a disturbing amount of violence that's going on with young black men dying, but they weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
There's a bigger problem here, but it's not because they were thugs.
Yeah.
And the latest one.
And it's a disturbing trend.
It is a disturbing trend, and there is something to say about that, but not for the reasons that people are trying to stereotype here. PNB Rock is the latest one to die in a robbery. He was shot and killed because he was at a Roscoe Chicken and Waffles, and not to blame his girl, but she was Instagramming out where they were, and they found out where he was. And he had on some ice and whatnot, and people found him, and they want to rob him off. Yeah, they want to rob him, man. But I don't think it's just as simple as to say rappers are inherently, by nature, violent people.
Sure.
We have to consider. I think, and this is me putting ideas out here, man, because I don't know, so I'm not going to act like I know. But I think that there are factors that are right there that you can see that contribute to this. For one, you have to think about that, not all of these rappers, there's a lot that don't come from, lower income communities, but many, many, many do.
Sure.
They come from lower income communities. And this is the big myth about violence with black people. You guys are violent, you kill each other. You don't, why are you worried about what other people do? Why are you worried about racism when you kill each other? Violence in lower income neighborhoods is not a black thing.
No.
It's an income thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, also, anybody looks at you realize, okay, well, more white people kill white people because there are more white people.
Yeah. And anywhere there's low incomes.
Yeah. Anywhere there's low incomes, and no matter what the community is that happens. Yeah,
it's a low income community. Violence is going to happen. Look at some low income white areas where there's meth addiction, and believe me, those people are killing each other too.
Yeah.
It's just that historically, black communities are poor on a larger basis because of the historical economic advantage that other communities have, especially white people. And also, they didn't have those conditions keeping them down.
Yeah.
Till this day, black people have to change. If they want to get their house appraised, or they want to try to, sell their house for the price that it is worth, they have to take down any hints of blackness off the wall.
It's true. There's a number of cases where when somebody who is like they've done stings to find racism when it comes to selling houses.
Yeah.
My wife teaches to a whole video about this.
Redlining is still a problem. Loans are still refused to people of color. Higher interest rates are given to people who are on the same economic bracket as others.
Yeah.
Lower income communities, there's violence because it's lower income, and just black communities are, by conditions in history, bigger than other communities, and yes, we need to take into account what we can do to better ourselves, but it's not all our fault. There's still shit in place to hold us back. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I don't have the answers. I'm just throwing it out there. You can tell me if I'm wrong or not. But I do think within the black community, respect and, defending one's manhood and everything is something that contributes to high, when things get heavily escalated.
Well, we just saw that earlier with Diddy with his Joker costume. where suddenly he felt disrespected and dropped all character and wanted to fight.
Yeah, we had a man dressed up like a clown who has millions of dollars.
Yes.
Who decided to all of a sudden, because he got disrespected because he was dressed like a clown, he decided to fight.
Rashad, you don't like me? Then get to it.
This man has $1 million, has millions of dollars. You know, he was having fun a little while ago. Mm-hmm. 800 million, so the man's close to a billionaire.
Yeah, exactly.
And out in the middle of the street clowning, literally. You know? We need to own up to that ourselves, I feel like, and we need to start teaching black men, young black men as they get older, to, settle things without high emotions, to have more pride in ourselves, where, our masculinity is not playing a factor into us killing ourselves sometimes.
Right, where you can't be manipulated by somebody else acting a fool.
Yes. Also, we need to take ownership of that, but also let's not dismiss the fact that the music industry and entertainment plays into that.
Oh yeah, they love it.
We just saw a movie. I just saw a movie, Get Rich or Die Trying, where it glorified. And now they think we're making such a deep message about urban life. No, this is what you thought sold tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was watching it today.
Yeah. The music industry glorifies this shit. Entertainment, it'll get a little bit different now. This is why we need black elves, and black hobbits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they are making money off of us and our insecurities, having this insecure masculinity problem. They're making this whole image of being gangsters and shit. They're making money off of that, so they contribute to this shit.
Yeah,
guns. The lack of control.
Yeah, the proliferation of guns, how easy they are to get and kill, because that's the only purpose they serve.
This is a big problem in this country for everything. And again, I'm not on a ban gun kick, but there's no reason why people should be able to get certain kind of weapons. And this lax approach, attitude that we have towards guns is lending itself to all forms of violence, whether it be school shootings, mass shootings at functions, or shootings in hip hop. It's all related. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely with the guns. But I don't know. I just don't even know if it's even worth speaking to that, because there's just not enough people on board.
No, I mean, I'm not expecting things to change.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is a problem that is contributing to this.
Because you'll meet somebody who knows somebody who was killed in a mass shooting, and they're still like, but it happens. I need my gun for protection.
Yeah.
Or guns got to be this part of this culture. We got to keep them.
Yeah, but the problem is that everybody looks at, when it comes to, and even with people who are, I don't know, more open-minded, liberal-minded, even those people, when it's a school shooting, or it's a shooting at some function, a county fair, I don't know. It's a gun problem, an American gun problem. When it's hip hop, it's a hip hop problem.
Yeah,
it's a black problem. But gun violence in America is a problem with everything, including why we have a problem within the hip hop community.
But the thing about gun violence is it has happened so often that everybody has built calluses to it. That a shooting happens and you look to see, okay, was this close to me? Is it close to anybody I know? What was the body count?
Oh, yeah.
That's sad. Okay.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
And see, the point is, I'm not talking about gun. I'm not talking about gun control or anything like. I'm talking about when it comes to hip hop.
But with that, but in that same way, it's rappers.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, it's not an American gun problem. All of a sudden, it's a black community, black man, hip hop problem.
Yeah,
and even the most liberal-minded people sometimes think that.
Sure.
But it's a problem with everything. But that's the ignorance is not helping with anything with this. Listen, and when I'm talking about gun violence, and again, these are things I'm just putting out there. I'm not saying that I know. I'm not saying that these are right. Please lend me your own opinions, on what you think, and please correct me or challenge me. And I'm saying come at me, challenge me. No, I mean challenge me. Give me different ideas here. because I'm almost thinking of these things just out of frustration.
Yeah.
You know, I do, because I'm just thinking, man, what steps can we take? What do we do? And I'm just spitballing right now. I don't know anything. I do know. Listen, while we're talking about Migos and we're talking about gun violence, let's be real now. You know, there are moments that, you know, Migos embrace that gun violence, like a lot of people. And this is not me saying that anybody deserved anything they got. And actually, I will give you with showing you Migos in the way that they embrace guns and weapons, that lends itself to another problem. But Vice went out and they sent one. It's almost like a joke. They sent the whitest dude to go talk to Migos to sit in this house this mansion full of black dudes with guns.
That sounds like a skit.
It does. I don't think that Vice expected him to come back. But no, the dudes were cool. They were like, "Hey man, what's up? Come on in." But they were all holding like, you know, M16s and whatnot, and they were explaining why they had them. I'm not saying that they should have had them. I'm not defending it or anything like that. I'm just but it does lend itself to another excuse or another reason why we see this problem in violence with rappers.
You'll stop and shit go down like that. You just know how to protect yourself. We know how to handle our situation.
Oh no! Boy, there's always that black girl at the party. Oh no! Not Migos! No! Not Quavo! Oh Lord! Oh shit! Oh Lord! Oh help me! Oh Jesus!
Possibly to be delivered to Chief Keef, who Instagrammed it. Which is all to say, having a little firepower at their disposal might be a prudent move.
Now, the reason why that's important is because that's another thing with rappers, man, is that
I'm just going to tell you that if any one of those things happen at one of our shows, I'm done.
Yeah, well, you know what? Don't put your $500,000 chain on, Martin. Keep that shit at the vault. Because that's what happens, man.
Take away my freedom. I need my $500,000 chain.
But yeah, leave that shit at home, man. And, hey, man, that $1 million Rolex that you got, don't bring that out to the show, man. Please don't.
But I got to show off my wealth to everyone. Good Lord.
Okay, you and I sitting on separate stages then.
God. So that's what happened, huh?
Well, that's the thing that's going on, man, with rappers. Why are they targets? A lot of times they're targets, and the reason why this is happening to just rappers is because rappers are the ones that go out wearing $500,000 to $1 million chains and diamonds and gold.
Oh my God.
Yes. Like most shit that you see people doing heist for in movies.
Yeah.
Or, you know, when the rich people go home and they put their shit in a vault or something. These dudes go out just have that shit freely dangling from their necks.
Oh boy.
You know, that like shit that Ocean's 11 would like break into Las Vegas for.
Right.
These
right.
people,
They'd spend a month setting up.
Yeah. Some shit that would be delivered on an armored truck. They rolling up in and just going into the party with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. So, you know, that's a lot of, and see, that's been the thing with, okay, so materialism is a problem within the black community anyway, I believe. You know, materialism is a problem, period.
Yeah, that's an American problem.
Yeah, I mean, with anybody who has wealth and privilege, sometimes they're just thinking on a whole other dimension, man, because, you know, materialism and showing off things is just something they do. But with, you know, but with a lot of rappers, again, a lot of these people come from, you know, they come from a place where they didn't have much.
Yeah. And
also within the rap community, you know, not again, a part of the rap community, not all of it, you know, but there's a certain sect of the rap community where showing, you know, flaunting your wealth shows that you got clout. So a lot of rappers go out and they wear, you know, a lot of expensive jewelry. I mean, people have worn things that cost $1 million and gone out with that. And people know where they are.
Yeah.
And they go and rob them as they would anybody who's wearing $1 million worth of anything.
Sure.
So yeah, capitalism plays into it, but also the need to like show your clout is a big part of certain part of the rap community. Not all of it, just a part. So yeah, man, you know, it's showing how much wealth you have. Now, having said that, that doesn't mean you deserve to die.
No.
And I'm not saying that is what happened to If that's what happened to Takeoff, no, I'm not saying that at all. So don't even get that confused. I'm mixing that up with him. I don't know what happened with him. I don't think that he was starting shit. I think that he was a bystander. And so for anybody to come out and again say that, he deserved it, he was acting violent. I don't.
Nobody deserves that.
No, and that is wrong, man. And let's also just not forget that, I think part of the whole masculinity thing, but also access to it, because access to healthcare for a lot of people is just crazy these days. Mental health. Mental health. I know I don't have an ad coming up.
Okay,
No,
I was like, God damn it.
No, I don't have an ad. No, I'm being serious.
Okay.
Mental health is is something that we are still. It's something we still haven't embraced.
Stigmatized.
It's stigmatized. To actually be able to come in. And a lot of things is just suppressed emotions too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But you're still at a point with people, if you say like, I feel like you need to talk to somebody, they might smile and say, yeah, but there's part of them that takes it as an insult.
Yeah. No, I think access to mental health therapy is another thing that we, as you said, stigmatized is something that men, we still kind of say men don't do that. Men in general. I like that, but, black men, especially with our masculinity, we don't, I got a hold of my feelings. I ain't need to talk to nobody. Shit, what am I look like a bitch to you? That kind of thing, man. But yeah, this is sad, but I just wanted to put out a bunch of reasons out there because I just don't like this whole thing of people coming in. It's extremely disrespectful. The moment you see a rapper die, to immediately just go to, well, they had it coming. That saddens me and that angers me, man. That is, it's bad to assume what anybody's death is like when a tragedy happens. But, hip hop artists are so met with prejudice and stereotyping that there's an immediate disrespect that goes on. And people need to stop that, man. People need to stop that now. So I just had to vent on that, man. It just angered me when I saw that today.
Of course.
Yeah, I hate seeing
Where'd you see that? In comments?
Comment sections. Yeah. I said, don't look. I told myself, what's in there. The first, the first comment I saw? The first comment I saw was, oh, well, and I said, here we go. Here we go, man. Yeah, it pissed me off so much, man, but hey. Somebody said stay off Twitter. I'm sure Twitter's having a field day right now.
Of course.
Yeah. Shit.
But he's still around.
Yeah. This dude was a bystander. I'm very sure. If he wasn't, then I'm wrong, but I'm sure about that. And until people know otherwise, keep your comments to yourself, man. What am I saying? Who's gonna do that?
Yeah. Good luck with all that.
I hope that this came off someone open-minded. I hope I wasn't heavy-handed with it. I hope I wasn't trying to act like I know everything. It just frustrated me so much.
Yeah,
I'm openly just almost just begging for answers because I don't know. I'm just begging for something. I don't know what it is, man. But yeah, man, y'all let me know. And if I was wrong about anything, I'll gladly accept that because I do not want to come in and say anything to disrespect this situation here. I do not, man. I do not. Oh, thank you. Somebody said, no, this was good stuff. Somebody said it wasn't heavy enough. I said, you're good, Corey. Speak your truth. No. So somebody said for a normie, there ain't nothing normal about me.
A normie? What does that mean?
I don't know what the hell that means, but you got it wrong. Take that word out. Hey, get that shit out of here. Good discussion. Nice discussion. Yeah, speak them facts. Thank you. I was so afraid that I would say something stupid, man.
No.
Because I know I do sometimes.
What's wrong with this?
Yeah.